Yoshine, for such a lovely and energetic introduction. Now, here's a fun fact for all of you. Did you know that the amount of sunlight that hits the Earth, the entire Earth, for 1 hour, it's enough to power the entire world for a year? So let me say that again. The amount of sunlight that hits the Earth for just 1 hour is enough to power the electricity that we all need in the world for an entire year. So that comes to show how powerful is the solar energy when it comes to renewables and sharing and all that stuff. So today we have two game changers in here with us who are revolutionizing the use of solar energy to generate and share the electricity. And their efforts are not only significantly reducing the CO2 emissions, but they're also thriving in their own businesses. We have Alexis from Lumio, who, fun fact, who was featured recently in Forbes 30 Under 30, and Wouter, who is the CEO and co-founder of at Solarmente. Fun fact, his company is actually backed by Leo DiCaprio. I really want to get into that, but we'll talk about that later. Another fun fact is that they're basically under 30. Well, Wouter recently turned 30, but the point is they both founded their businesses under 30 years old. They also both launched their businesses right after the pandemic. Right before the pandemic. That really posed some of the challenges. Yeah, bringing heels and a dress maybe not be the best outfit for this, but anyhow, moving on, we'll make it work. But you know, the other common thing is that you both work with solar panels.
Exactly.
You both launched your business in Spain, and I really want to hear all about it. So, Alexis, tell me again. You founded your business at age 25.
Yes.
How do you do it? What's Lumio really about, and how does it differentiate from the rest of the businesses regarding solar panels?
Sure. Well, first of all, thanks for the intro. Thanks, everybody, for waking up early and being here with us. And thanks, Walter, for sharing the stage. So I'm Alexis. I co-founded Lumio when I was 25, together with my partners, Pablo and Maria, that they are not here today. But we started just during the pandemic, actually. And our value proposition was to give a solution to the energy surpluses that all the solar installations were generating. You were saying before that during 1 hour of the sunlight, you get all the energy that you can have in 1 year. Here, the barrier is the technology and how you can manage all this energy. So for us, it was to give another solution on how you can manage all this energy and getting more profitable all this installation. So it has been a journey. I mean, when I was 25 and also right now, I don't think I think that much on what is about starting a company. It was quite difficult, but it's something that I enjoy all the days. It's super fun. I get to do a lot of stuff, and it's a super journey for me and all the team. So it's amazing to start that young. And in the other hand, you don't have to lose anything, you know? I mean, if you just fail, you get going and you start another thing, or you get to another journey.
But what's cool about your business is that, well, like I said, you really do generate a lot of energy thanks to solar panels.
Yeah.
So what do you do with the extra energy that you don't need? And that's where you identified the selling point,
Exactly.
which is just sharing it to other locations. So how do you do that?
So when I was just finishing my master's, that it was in sustainable energy, my family was looking for putting solar panels in their house. And at the same time, they have a small decoration store. They sell couches and some other stuff. So the problem came to my mind, like, can I use all the energy surpluses that they generate in their house to use them in their business? I explained it that you take the energy from this house, you get it to the store, and you get the money from that, and you give to the electricity bill of my house. Actually, we work as an energy retailer. And what we do is we do energy balances between all the bills. So we can measure in real time and hour by hour how much energy installation are having in surpluses and how much energy they are consuming in the other electricity supply points. And we just match this, so you can lower all your electricity bills. It's like micro power purchase agreements. It's like a financing tool, so you can sell part of your energy.
Incredible. Now, I want to get a bit deeper into that,
Sure.
but first, Wouter, you rent out solar panels. So it's different here. It's a different business model, and you do so through a subscription. And again, Leonardo DiCaprio actually backs your business. So how did you get to that?
First of all, good morning, everybody. Good to see some familiar faces here. You opened the panel with something, is a quote I like a lot. It's in sun is generating enough energy to power the full Earth for a full year just by 1 hour of radiation. So if renewables have been proven to be successful, and I'm driving through the Spanish landscape, why on earth do I still see households without solar panels? So the challenge is not if we can generate enough clean energy, but to make it available at moments where we need it. Just in easy language, everybody right now will come to the event, and all these households that have solar installed will have lots of surplus. And surplus is worth nothing if nobody needs it. So what we've tried to build over the last 4 years with Solarmente is to build a model where we can not only generate clean energy, but also make it available at moments when you need that. We do that with a subscription model, so you don't have to pay 10,000 or 5,000 euros at once. Solarmente does the investment. You get all the benefits starting from 29 euros a month, and we distribute the energy among peers, other people that are part of our massive virtual battery that we're building. It's tech, so we are nerds of the industry. We've been writing code during the pandemic, and after 2 years, we got picked up by Y Combinator, one of the biggest and most famous investment firms based in Silicon Valley. We raised a good round with them, then we start deploying our product. We actually had traction, like we have thousands of happy people connected to our subscription model. And then we thought, why is it 1,000 and why is it not millions? So to get back to your question, what was the reason why we reached out to DiCaprio is because we just needed more traction. This market is very immature. Nobody has solar, and there are some actors with some power and the ability to launch scalable business models even faster. So we reached out to DiCaprio, said we have a very scalable business model, we have traction, but we want to go 10 times or 100 times faster. And he loved our technology, he loved our traction, and he said, yes, guys, let's team up.
So he basically gave you some of the funding. How did that work?
Well, we presented the big problem we have here in Spain, because there's no trust in renewables, and people don't buy when your neighbor does not have solar. So we show them the problem, we show them the solution, and we show them also the impact. I'm from the Netherlands. Why on earth is a Dutch guy in Spain working on a model that's been proven to be successful in other countries? Because I believe that this country really, really needs to speed things up, softly said. So we showed them the product, we showed them the technology, we showed them the traction, and we showed how this model is not scalable only locally, but in the whole nation and in whole Europe, if not excluding Latin America as well.
But he put the money in it, is what I'm trying to say. Did he contribute with the funding? How did he support your business?
Yes. So, Solarmente
Yes
is
to all.
backed and funded by Leonardo DiCaprio, his hard-earned money, and he is the ambassador, investor, and our promoter for the coming years. Yes. So we met him. We wanted him to be in the cap table. We said, listen up, Leo, we have to do this together. So I want you to see the product. We went there, showed our technology. He fell in love with it and said, guys, let's do this.
Wow, so killing two birds with one stone, you are helping the world and also being a part of Hollywood at the same time.
Exactly.
All right, so talking about partnerships, supporting, how did you manage to get the funding right from the start? You already talked about it. I want to hear a bit more, Alexis. We do know that to start a business, we need some funding at the beginning. How did that work?
Yes, so actually we were quite lucky. So just when we launched our business, solar was just starting to boom, so we took a bit this this energy, and we started to bootstrap. So our first 3 years, we were in break-even. We were able to fund ourselves and so on. So we did an investment round of 200Ks, backed by family, friends, and a small VC. And so it's not that much money, but actually at the beginning it helped us a lot to start to have some cash flow, a better cash flow actually, and so on. And after that, we have been bootstrapping and with our own financing. So we are right now looking for financing. We are actually talking to industrial investors and some VCs. So we are just working on it right now because we have proved our technology for the last 2 years, and right now we want to scale, obviously, and we need some more financing support and also some industrial support to get to more customers. But actually we have bootstraps most of the part of our business. So that was, you have, as in everything, some good stuff and some bad stuff. So we have our own decisions, we are alone, but at the same time it's quite hard sometimes to not have advices and get some help for your investors. So that's true also.
Okay, and one interesting thing as well is that, again, you both founded your businesses right before the pandemic. So I want to talk about those challenges. What happened there?
By the way, for those that know, we're in the same industry. We know each other for
Yeah,
quite a
exactly.
long time. Launching a company during COVID was, I think, quite challenging. I was 25 by that time. When demand increases, you also need supply. And there are some big, heavy monsters in this industry that have lots of capital to buy big assets directly from China. But the demand increased. It was crazy. Like, we really had to search for materials. So one of the challenges we faced was, how do you get materials on the moment when people actually need it? The second challenge we faced was, how can you convince a Spanish-based VC about a product that nobody buys? So it was impossible for us to get funding from Spain, so we had to go abroad, pitching a Spanish company to investors from US and from elsewhere in Europe to attract capital. So 80% of our funds actually is from outside of Spain, and the rest of the 20% comes from local VCs and angels. And the third challenge we faced is, so I came to Barcelona because I like Barcelona. I like the sea, I like the locations, but that's also what attracts people that wants to work in startups. 4 years ago, there was no such thing as a successful Olaluz, a Wallapop, a Factorial, a Globo. There were no real big startups that had success yet, no unicorns. So startups was mostly something scary rather than an opportunity. Right now things change. Like, people like to transition from more a corporate job to more a startup job where you have a very big impact. Those challenges we faced three years ago, things right now are completely different. Market is different. There's more talent, and there's also more local money available.
All right. What about you?
So everybody has a story. For me, it was an opportunity. I just started just at the beginning by myself. So during the pandemic, it gave me time to work on the business. Actually, I also read a lot about the 2008 financial crisis, that a lot of businesses started, like Airbnb and others, and I felt the same. Like, for 3 months, the world was freeze, and for me it was an opportunity to work and catch up against competitors, think about my business model. Actually, for me, the pandemic was horrible because I was all days working in my room, like
24/7.
Yeah, 24/7. I was going to bed, but I was still thinking on it, and I remember like trying to look for a name for the company, and that was the biggest challenge in my life, and I didn't know what to choose, how to choose it. So for me,
Was it like a bit of a burnout period?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I had an advisor at the time, and I was saying, this cannot get worse, and he said, yes, it gets, and it's true. So every time that you start your company, you have different periods, and you just have to be flexible and change your mindset and so on. But for me, it was 100% an opportunity. But then, just after the pandemic, as Walter said, there was starting to have a lot of bottlenecks because everybody started installing again solar panels, and then you had the microchip crisis that you couldn't find any materials, you couldn't have a car for 8 months, and so on. So we also suffered of that because the economy was going down, and suddenly it was peaking again, and a lot of bottlenecks appeared at the time.
Is it not Darwin explaining this? So it's not the one that's actually the strongest, but the one that is able to adapt fastest?
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, I think nobody expected that, and everybody missed. I mean, we did a lot of stock at the moment, buying anything we could, and we have had a lot of stock for a lot of time, and that was not the best.
Founders are, there has to be a little ego, and you need to be extremely optimistic about it.
Yeah.
And 100%. Sometimes on the extreme side, therefore you have a co-founder that can like balance it out.
I mean, everybody, any founder has in their spreadsheet everything is going up. So everything was going up. At the moment, the market was doing great. We were doing great. Everybody was doing great. So next year it was going to be the same. So you had to stock a lot because in the future you were having forecasts that you were going to sell more and more. So that was complicated to shift afterwards.
So what you were trying to do was basically hoarding the solar panels
exactly.
before they ran out?
Exactly, more or less like that. And also prices were going up. You were scared that you were not going to be able to deliver your installation at the time, in satisfaction of customers and so on. So everything was like a bit shaky at the moment.
So what about now? How do you keep up with the demand if there is a sufficient demand? You were saying before, Wouter, that when you're trying to launch your business, nobody was using solar panels, or people rarely used solar panels. So how did you convince people to start using it? Was it because of the subscription model that maybe, because you can rent out solar panels, it's like a trial period, you see how it goes, try it out, if you like it, keep it, if you don't, you can take it out, I give you that freedom?
So power to the people. How do we get there? If solar normally costs a lot of money, but people do not want to pay for it. So how do we make a model that pays for itself? Like get savings from day one without initial investment. Cancel whenever you want. Like Solarmente pays finances for money printing machines, and you can stop whenever you want. Like it sounds like too good to be true, but it's not, and it's called Solarmente. But yet we're not selling tens of thousands. It's lower than that. So right now, back to the adaptability, we had to find new solutions to make people more interested in investing or subscribing solar. Solar is on the demand or the energy generation. But if you have consumption, then you can also increase the size of installation. So what Solarmente did is find out what do people actually need. Right now, Spain's in a transition from gas heating to electric heating, heat pumps. We're driving still diesel cars and gasoline cars, but we're going to electric. And we need storage. So right now we have a full portfolio of solar, local storage, bi-directional EV chargers, and heat pumps. So Solarmente positions itself right now as basically the energy partner of the future, starting with solar, saving money from day one without initial investment.
All right, interesting. So what about you, Alexis? So again, we talked about a bit about partnerships, but has any regulations, policymakers helped with the push of becoming greener or green startups? Yeah,
I wanted to say to add, I mean, power to the people. What Wouter and I, what we do is giving and tackling solutions so people can have more solar power in their houses. So there is a big problem, a small problem here in Spain, at least as I feel, that people think that it costs 8,000 euros, but it's an investment. Actually, how many funds you can put like 10,000 euros and you can have 100 euros back each month? It's crazy the interest that you get back and the money so you can get. So a lot of people think about it costs a lot of money, but it's not. It's for 30 years, so don't think about it as a cost. It's an investment. And about regulatory, I mean, things have changed a lot in Spain. It has still to change a lot, so things are much easier. I mean, there were aids in Spain the 2 last years, but it was a big problem. Like, the demand peaked suddenly, and also all these paperwork has been really complicated. It hasn't aided anybody in the industry. I mean, we pay one person just for that. It's free of charge. Then people don't get this aid because they have a paperwork problem or whatever. They don't trust on the energy. They don't trust on the solution. And it's about some regulatory stuff. So here I think it's better to to take smaller steps, but more consistent. And what we see is changes from time to time and regulatory framework that changes, and so companies like us cannot work with consistency also. So it's complicated in that sense. It's getting better. I mean, in 2017, let's say that in Spain you couldn't install solar panels. It's crazy, but right now it's obviously possible. So it has changed a lot, at least.
All right. So do you feel like, in comparison to 2020, now the solar panel demand has boosted? What is the comparison that you're seeing?
Yeah, I think it's good to mention the bad, but I also think it's good to mention the good. 4 years ago, it was not possible to install solar. It started. I had not seen one single Tesla at the moment I started my studies in Barcelona. Right now, I see Teslas driving. So step by step, we're moving in the right direction. And
yes.
I'm cheating a little bit because I'm from Amsterdam. I've been in solar for 12 years already. I've seen the challenges in both Germany, France, and the Netherlands. And I think we're moving in the right direction. It goes slow, step by step, but we're moving in the right direction. There are grants for EVs, for EV chargers, for heat pumps. So slowly but steady, this Spanish energy revolution is actually happening. And as long as you connect the dots, and there's a upwards trend, and we're still growing, installing, driving more electric, I think we're doing an okay job. But if still people consume dirty energy and still drive a diesel car, we still have 2 people here to actually make a change today.
Right. But what do you think? Is the solar panel consumption increasing?
Yes, 100%.
Have you noticed it?
100%, and not just solar panels. Also, it's about how sophisticated the smart houses are getting. Now you get EVs, you get batteries, you get heat pumps. So this is everything in the same direction. I mean, solar panels is a part of it, but then you have more other things. So you can put solar panels when you have a roof, but it's not that far away that people that lives in flat will be able to have a heat pump, a battery, and just manage with the grid. And this is also part of power to the people. It's not producing power, but it's managing the grid, and this is as important as getting solar panels. I mean, the surplus, you were saying, with 1 hour, again, you can run the world for a full year. So this is about managing this energy, and this is, we are taking a lot of steps on that, and this is about having smart houses, 100%.
All right. I want to know what else is in the pipeline for your businesses. What comes next, Wouter?
I think analyzing what the market is going to bring, because right now we can install solar. There are very big energy surpluses during the day. Prices are sometimes even negative during the day. And in the evening, these prices go up because we go home and start charging our Tesla and start cooking. So I think next for Solarmente is to deploy a model where we can capture the energy surplus at a very low price and deploy that in the evening and in the mornings when demand is higher and electricity prices are higher. That's in the pipeline to deploy for Solarmente in September 2024. We already have 1,000 customers connected to our pilot. It's working. We save around, say, 60% more than any competitor out there. So we have a model that is scalable. We're going to raise a Series A later this year. A Series A, for those that do not know, is a funding round of around, say, 10 to 13 million, hopefully with a bit more Spanish investors. We're deployed in 4 new offices. So right now we open a new office in Costa Blanca. We're opening in Madrid, Ibiza, and Costa del Sol. So things look okay for us. We're doubling our team size. We're going to 88 people in November this year. So things look okay. But it's tough. The market is in a challenging time today. Today, companies are struggling, and only those that can adapt fastest will actually come out stronger.
So how are you adapting?
We are adapting, yes. Before we're selling a product, like Endesa, Iberdrola, they're selling a product, but Solar is not a product. Energy is not a product. It's something we all need. Energy is a service. So let's make energy a service also to ones that can say yes, a house owner. That is the one that we're focusing on right now.
So you would say the biggest challenge or what you're focusing on is the convincing aspect, is the marketing aspect, is the you need this aspect, not only to save money, but also to contribute to the world.
Almost. I think a company can never say to a person, or a house owner, you need this. I think you close a deal when you make a house owner understand that they need it. So it's our task to educate. One of the reasons I'm right now on stage is that I'd like to make this impact, educate people that solar is actually a good investment. Whether you invest in it or whether you subscribe it, sooner or later you'll be connected directly or indirectly to a renewable energy source.
So, Alexis, for example, and I want to know what's in the pipeline for you, but following the train of thought, how much in comparison would you tell people that you can save using solar panels? Like, a rough estimate versus just using conventional electricity.
I mean, around 60% of your electricity bill, rough numbers, but a lot of people, with the model and the technology we give, people get €0 in their energy bills. And what we do by connecting households, people is able to save even 80% of their electricity bills. So, and not just in one electricity bill, but also in flats they are renting, in second household they have in the beach or wholesale. And so around 70% I would say. It's a lot of money.
And how long do they last? Do you have to change them every few years, or they can last for 30 years?
It depends on the materials that you install, but I would say 30 years at least. And it's proof that it can last longer. You need some maintenance at some point, maybe changing some stuff, but 30 years at least.
All right. So because we're running out of time, I really want to know what else is in your business.
So what else? It's about scaling at the moment. We are doing a lot of partnership with engineering companies, with energy advisors, also with other installers, so they can sell our technology. Our technology is about installing more, giving services so people can create energy communities between them, B2C or B2B. And also we see that we have an amazing product that we have developed over the last 2 years, and people don't know it that much. So it's true that Spain is a big market with big players, but we have something super differential with an added value that is huge. And at the moment, we are focusing and working a lot on communicating that and opening new channels so we can arrive to more people, because we have a super scalable model and people is super happy with when they sign with us. We have over 2,000 customers at the moment, but we should have 200,000. So we are working on it right now, giving more solutions or more products as the heat pumps. As I was saying, it's true that the solar installation market is a bit slow at the moment, but it's true that all these people that already has solar, they are installing the EVs right now, the batteries and the heat pumps, and everything is going to get, all these technologies will penetrate with time, so it's about continuing and keeping the work well done.
Excellent. Now, in 15 seconds, I want you to tell me what you would have told your younger self when you were just starting this business. What would have you done differently?
So,
Hard.
but I think it's a good one. So, speak with people that did it before. Ego aside, and get feedback on your business model. It will get roasted, torn apart, and put back together every day. But do it. Building a company is the most joyful, painful, and rewarding journey you could ever enter. So, just do it. Speak with people, and keep making your business model better and better every day.
Right.
Yeah. For me, it's about, I would say, to enjoy the journey. Sometimes you are just working and focusing, and also be proud of what you are doing. Because I started with 25. Obviously, 25 is young, but I think I was younger than what I thought. So at the moment, I don't think I was realizing I was building something with that much impact, and I was normalizing it. And I should have maybe understood that with 27, 26 years old, it was not that easy to build what we were building at the moment. And so you could be able to talk with other people and get some learnings from them. So that's what I would say.
And enjoy the ride and stay optimistic,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Good.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Now, before we end, I just want you to remind you, as we broaden our discussion about climate change, that South Summit is also raising funds for Porto Alegre, Brazil. As you know, they've been experiencing heavy flooding since April 30th, and Porto Alegre is very close to our hearts because, well, we do have a South Summit over there, right, Oshin? So we've launched. I'll let him tell you more. But before.